Welcome to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky, a place where Susan can introduce to you psychics, clairvoyants, past lives, and paranormal experiences. Now, here's your host, Susan Pinsky.
Turn me up, boy. Turn me up. You can't turn me down.
We're back again. Thanks for listening, everybody. It's me, Susan Pinsky from Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. I'm here today on a special episode that everybody's going to enjoy. I have an amazing guest who's been waiting a while for a reading. And also, I'm here with none other than Colby Rebel. Who happens to be one of my prized clairvoyant du jour. She's very well known on her own show called Live with Colby Rebel every Thursday here at UBN Studio. We are so excited also to have a couple of other people to introduce. But first I'm going to let Colby tell me who she's brought along today.
Oh, well, hello, everybody, and thank you, Susan.
Oh, wait, really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Before I get started, I meant to mention that the song that you hear on the intro is Ravon Owen, new song called Volume, and he is so amazing, and he's letting me use that as an intro while we set up our social media. So anyways, thank you, Ravon, and we wish you only the best and hope all is well.
Well, today is going to be really, really fun. I think we have a mystery guest, so that will be really cool. And, of course, we've got the one and only amazing Dr. Drew in the house.
There I am. Chopped liver is what I'm all my nom de plume today.
Yeah.
But I'd also love to introduce everybody to a really, really good friend of mine. She is an intuitive astrologer. She writes posts, books, does blogs, has her own show that she's also kind of taken a break from, but does it all the time. I mean, she's truly, truly incredible. So I called in the forces. I wanted some strong reinforcements for our mystery guest. So I'd love to welcome Rachel Lang. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm really excited.
I think Drew's excited, too.
I'm always fascinated. I've never met anybody like Rachel, so I'm interested in what that's all about. And I was telling her about before when we were intruding on your other show because we were talking too loud that I've spoke to financial analysts who actually use patterns in the stars and the planets and stuff. They use any natural patterns they can find, and they seem to have some mathematical validity.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Yeah, I actually have
I
have a lot of clients who are in the financial world and venture capitalists, and it works.
Our brains are so limited.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not kidding.
Your brain is not limited.
No, my brain's quite limited. I'm very acutely aware of it. We only have so much this instrument works for it. So I'm interested in other things.
You can remember everything back to when you were born, or maybe even before you were born.
It has no relevance to any of this stuff.
I don't know. Anyways, so I want to introduce our guest and first make a disclaimer because Colby Rebel she doesn't know anything about this guest. She's seen her face on the Zoom screen when we were setting up.
I didn't, actually.
I kept her off it.
I didn't see it.
I'm the verification police
Right.
today.
She hasn't had time to go on her phone and do some kind of identification. I mean, people always question that. I try to keep them private and we're not trying to con anybody. I'm not a charlatan, as mentioned on Cosmo.
Spell with an A?
Yeah. Or with an I, or I don't know.
Not an O.
No, and
Charlatan,
honestly,
not a charlatan.
So Colby was recently on MTV's Teen Mom, and she was featured as the psychic, and she was able to predict that Amber Portwood, was going to get pregnant. And at the time, this was done months ago. So at the time, she was in the middle of breaking up with a boyfriend, and we were all trying to tell her, please do not get pregnant by this guy. Like, this is not the time. Like, I told her that afterwards, and people didn't really see that. They edited it out a little bit.
A little bit.
And
that was completely edited.
But I said she was getting pregnant, but I also said it was by a different father. So I did know it wasn't with the person she was with.
Well, I was worried. I was concerned. And I was like, could you please use birth control? And she's like, yeah, maybe I should get back on that birth control. But then Jen Schaefer said something about her. You were going to get married, or it sounded like you are going to get married. But at the time, we were kind of skirting around because we were afraid, with the cameras in our face, we can't really give all that information out on the air. Like, it was pre-taped. So it was kind of hard to give a really good psychic reading, but everything else was completely 100% true. I listened to the whole thing, and I was astounded at all the facts that we were able to get to MTV was completely blown away. The producers all want psychic readings now, and I honestly am very proud of Colby for the fact that she is so right on, and you're getting better and better at over time. It's just crazy. Like I'm just blown away since I've met you. And I've listened to previous podcasts, and you're always right on. Like, later when it's psychic, you're always right on. Like, I listened to another show recently.
So not when it's medium.
No, it's always right on. Seriously, I'm just amazed, and I want to congratulate you for getting a write up in US Weekly on it. And people didn't like me, but I'm not a psychic. I'm just a host, so don't kill the messenger. You know what I mean? It's like, hello. And Drew's a host too, so we're
I'm not
trying.
Even that.
We're trying the hardest we can at this point. But anyways, I just want to mention that. I'm so proud of my husband's many years on Teen Mom, and the fact that that show is still running after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some of the girls are younger than others, but quite a phenomenon, and it's always been a blessing for the Pinsky family. So I hope that it continues until they're a lot older, and they can look back and maybe how far can you go with Teen Mom? That's what I want.
Teen Grandmom, or grandmoms of teen kids, or whatever. Who knows?
So, anyways, I'll go ahead and. I guess, I don't know, how do you want to do this, Colby? You're the producer today, so
it's so funny. I'm the producer who doesn't know who the guest is that we're going to be reading. So
why don't we hear from the guest?
I think let's have the guest say hello. Hello, guest.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for taking the time out and for playing with us. I really appreciate it. Have you ever had a reading before?
No, I had like the tarot cards. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
So I've had that before.
Okay. So, are you open to everything? Because we're gonna dive in. We even have Rachel here, so she does astrology, so she may be able to pick up on some things as well. So, are you open to everything?
I'm open to whatever you guys are going to do for me.
Awesome.
Great.
All right.
How exciting.
So do you want to introduce her, or do you want me to just do this reading and then we introduce her?
Introduce the reading first.
Okay. All right. So here's what
I will witness that Colby's been
I've
scribbling
been
away
writing
here
notes
since our guest came on the phone.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some information, and then you give me yeses and nos and how it relates, and does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so a couple things I first kept getting, like, again, I don't know you, but about your personality, I keep feeling like you have trouble holding attention. Like, I feel like you'll get into something and you'll get really interested in it, and then you'll get bored with it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and I feel like this even has to do with relationships. Like, you'll get really into something or really into someone, and then you're, like, done. Like, you get bored with them. Does that...
Am I allowed to say if this is true or not? Or
please.
Am I quiet?
No, please.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, and I keep hearing, so here's the thing. I feel like you have a good perception of people, like you understand people, but I don't know if you always trust that. Like, sometimes I feel like you can let people manipulate you, but when you find out that they did, you'll kind of retaliate. You'll get angry about it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Do you have an anger streak?
Just a small one.
Okay. But I also feel like I feel like I want to kind of go into your past a little because I'm feeling like a bit of a struggle. Like I feel like it's been this battle of getting to where you are, or a battle of maybe getting healthy. Does that resonate with you?
It does, yeah.
Okay. Do you also understand like ups and downs? Like, because we all have ups and downs, but I kept feeling like there's these things that should have wiped you out, things that should have kind of taken you out of the game, and they didn't. It's like this inner fighter found some way to just hang on and kind of get back into it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay.
A lot of sense.
Okay, good. Do you have 2 kids, can I ask?
I do have 2 kids.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. And I do get the feeling.
So you always impress me. So you have to go beyond now to impress me. So you have to really impress me.
Right, look at
I have high expectations from you.
I'm looking at you going, she's got 2 kids. No, but I heard 2 kids. But I keep feeling like, I also keep feeling like, I keep feeling like there's not a level. I don't know if you found. I know you're still striving for that happiness. Like I feel like things are so much better, but I keep feeling like you still feel like something's missing. Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. Do you also understand this relationship that is? I feel like you're in a relationship currently. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is that news? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, I'm just going to say there's something we're not supposed to get into here.
Listen, first of all, I want to thank you for being honest, so I appreciate that. But would you rather I not go into that?
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Okay, no problem. Then we'll leave it there.
Can I ask, just since I kind of know a little bit, is it just out of curiosity, is it a legal issue or an MTV issue or a personal issue or all the above?
MTV and personal, I would say.
Okay, I'm glad it's not legal.
That's
good. Yeah, no, it's not
because you guys
legal.
have had your little struggles and stuff.
All right, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to put
just one thing. Does it involve somebody else's in the show?
No.
Is that all over with? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not. That has nothing to do with me at all.
Okay, that's all over with. Yes, or that's all not affecting you. You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
not. Yeah, that's not affecting me at all.
I didn't think it should. So good.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. This is
that's okay. Well,
this is all MTV stuff. So
okay, got it. We'll just put it on the side. Not a big deal. But what I keep wanting to encourage you is I want to keep encouraging you. I feel like you have your own segue, like your own. You're branching off. I feel like there's something where you've got a pack of people and you're splitting off from them. That's what I keep feeling. Would you understand this? Like you're kind of doing your own thing now?
I'm trying.
Okay, good. I want to encourage you to keep doing this. This feels really good. I keep saying, I keep hearing.
Sorry, Morgan.
Leave it behind. Leave it behind. Leave it behind.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, should I? Oh,
am I
getting us all in trouble?
No, not at all. You're fine.
Okay, because I just keep feeling like, I feel like it's like go for the stars. Like I keep hearing go for the stars, and I keep hearing, it's time to pick up and move on. And I feel like, but at the same time, I want to keep encouraging you to be healthy for yourself. Do you understand? Can I ask you if you suffer or deal with like depression or because I keep feeling like I just get worried when you get set back.
I don't feel like it's depression. I just feel like I would say like I'm not content staying in one place.
Okay.
And so once I feel like I'm stagnant,
you got to go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I keep feeling like the only thing I'm worried about is like tell her to keep going. But when you're feeling stuck, don't sit in that feeling too long. I want you to kind of create an action for yourself to move yourself out of it. Okay. Because see, you can get very obsessive. Like you'll just hold on to something and you just, and I wanted you to be able to start letting things go.
Okay.
I just feel like some people have done you real wrong too. Have you just had some people just kind of stab you in the back, can I ask?
Yes.
Okay, because
I have.
I just feel I can feel that still impacts your heart. I know your heart hurts from that. I know you've dealt with it, and I'm not gonna, but I know that it's almost like that dagger is still in your heart. And I just want you to know that each of those people that has done those things, they've really kind of taught you, and they've kind of put you on this path that you had no choice but to trust yourself. You've got no choice but to depend on yourself, but is that survivor inside that is really helping you reach those stars. There's a lot of success kind of opening up for you. A lot of success. I feel like, do you do film, can I ask? I see film coming up.
Like I do filming, yeah.
Okay, because I keep seeing there's more and more filming, and I'm having a fight with my magic marker, and I'm losing. That's what I'm looking at. I see a lot more filming, and I see. But again, I just feel like what I want to tell you real quick too, and then but I keep wanting to share with you. They're trying to push your button. They're trying to do it on purpose. Don't give them the satisfaction.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That makes sense, right? You understand that?
Yeah, it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I think I know what that is too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Drew probably knows.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, don't let them do it.
I know nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watch the show, but not as much as, well, Drew knows all the details. I really should. All these years we had those DVDs, and I just, kind of.
Dr. Drew knows it all.
No,
it's a new show coming soon.
Yeah.
He has sleepless nights.
No, I don't. I find out long after it's happened to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like, now the thing is that Rachel does some astrology, which may be kind of cool. Would you like a little astrology tuned in?
Sure. Yeah.
So can I quickly ask?
Yeah. What's her name?
Can I say her name?
Yeah, I think so, because she'll need to know who it is.
Her name's Kailyn.
Hi, Kailyn.
She's
Hi.
Obviously, she works for MTV. But did you share the link that I sent you? Or I just sent you, or are you? Did we?
Me?
Yes.
I put it on my Twitter.
Okay, cool. All right.
You have beautiful teeth. Look at those teeth.
I know, she's
wow.
Thank you.
Those
I
are new.
actually just got them done.
Yeah, those are new. I was noticing that too. Yeah, well done.
Well, thank goodness it's your teeth and not your boobs, right? I'd be like, those are lovely boobs. No, your teeth are gorgeous.
Thank you.
They did a great job.
Thank you.
That's funny. Okay, so so I think that maybe we could. I would love to see how
she
you
works
work.
for
Rachel.
MTV?
So I would, before you do, I have a couple questions. Can I ask some questions, Kailyn? I think you'll like it.
Yeah, of course.
So Kailyn, everything you said was Kailyn.
Okay.
But there's stuff about her past that is probably some of that dagger stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if you see anything there and how she overcomes that, because I think that's where.
Well, to me, there almost feels like there's almost two separate things. One is something going on with her family. I feel like either she was attacked or abused. If I could use the word abuse, but I feel like
Kailyn would use that word.
Is that okay, Kailyn, that I use that? But I feel like
I would say that.
I really honestly feel like I got chills that even a battle where you had to fight for your life, literally. Like, I feel like, for you either getting outside of that or dealing with it has been just this lifelong battle for you. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. So that's what I'm getting.
Because I vividly see it that way. I'm surprised you don't see it so vividly that way. I think we're talking about your mom, right, Kailyn?
I was going a different route, more like physical abuse, but I guess it could go either way.
Well, I was feeling too. I felt definitely physical. I don't know. Are you comfortable? How about the other physical abuse, but inappropriate physical abuse as well? Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I also understand the manipulation of your mom. Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And almost like not even validating you or not giving you an opportunity. Almost a lot of blame on you as well. I don't know if she just had a lot of resentment, but I feel like it was just difficult for you to build these relationships.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's fair.
Okay.
To say.
Okay.
I wonder if her mom's ever going to get better.
I don't think so, Dr. Drew.
I know you guys. We've had that conversation over the years, and I just keep wondering if that's ever going to happen.
Well,
I don't think so. I haven't heard from her.
But
No,
here's the.
nor should I. Do I think you should necessarily? But I just wonder for her if she would ever get better.
Well, the thing is that she would really have to want to.
Oh, of course.
And I think the thing is,
A lot of work.
I don't know. It's easier to close the door and blame someone else than to look in the mirror and do the work that's needed to heal.
I would take that as a no, Kailyn.
Right, yeah, for sure, no.
But I know it just feels so it honestly feels very abusive, Kailyn. So, I mean, my heart goes out to you. But I just feel like this has made you such this beautiful soul that you are. I mean, you are such an, like, you really are an awesome mom. And you really,
Thank
you really have learned a lot from it. And I do feel like I just want to encourage you that you can have healthy relationships.
I got chills because
Eventually.
yeah. But didn't you and I have a conversation a couple months ago where I was talking about how the battle metaphor is what I relate to with you, and how you was extraordinary what you've been able to do with school and all all the stuff you've been able to do. I mean, didn't we have that conversation?
We did,
Yeah.
and you also told me my picker is broken.
Well, that's
and
true.
I don't know how to pick.
That's true.
That's what I said. Didn't I? I said that.
Yeah.
I wrote that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's but Colby's saying that's going to get better. I just don't know.
It'll get better.
It will.
I keep saying you got to get therapy to get that better, and so whatever.
Oh, I will.
Right.
I don't know.
I know, but the fighting that she is the only one that finished school and did all
Yeah.
these things, just one thing after another. That she just I mean, like grit, like I can't believe from Kailyn.
Wow.
It's
So-
the only thing that I can do. I feel like I have to stay busy to keep the other stuff like from being a weight on my shoulders. It's
Well,
like
that's what you
replace
said.
the
Yeah.
bad weight with like school weight and mom weight and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Getting yourself distracted.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can. I think you can overcome this. I really, really do, and I feel like, it doesn't. Your mom's kind of goal of creating this guilt on you or this inability for you not to feel happy. You don't have to fulfill her manifestation. You can create your own future.
Oh, you gotta
That's
see
what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm hoping to do.
But the baby's
Okay.
getting in the way of it right now. Maybe we should overhear Rachel's chart.
Yeah.
while-
If I can just piggyback on some
Yeah.
of what you're talking about, Kailyn, when I was first looking at your chart, I noticed two things kind of popped out at me. And the first one is that you have your Venus, which is the planet that relates to relationships, and it also relates to how we value ourselves and prioritize ourselves. Your Venus is actually really strong. And but I think what can happen sometimes is that you like to give people the benefit of the doubt and give them chance after chance to there's a little one.
Sorry.
Oh, cute. There he is.
So cute. So cute. What's that one's name?
Lux.
Lux.
Yeah.
Oh, so adorable. Your Venus is it shows a lot of the ability to forgive, the ability to really be compassionate in relationships. But your Venus is actually getting a lot of activity this year. From now
In 2017
in
or
2018, from now until the end of 2018, and there's a lot of change for you in how you relate to other people. We can look at this in terms of primary relationships, but we can also look at this in terms of friendships. And what I can see through some of the Venus transits that you have are that there are a lot of new people coming into your life. And I find this often when you're in a new social circle or when you're getting ready to even like get an agent or do creative collaborations with other people.
So new projects.
Yeah, definitely. And so these opportunities are opening up for you really in the spring and summer of next year. A lot of the hard work and effort that you did in 2017 is going to finally start paying off. And specifically, anything that you were starting in May or June of 2017 or October of 2017, those were periods where there was a lot of concentrated activity. You had to be really focused, and they probably weren't the easiest times. And so know that anything that you were doing at those times, you're on the other side of it, and you're getting ready to have an easier road this year. Very creative year this year. So a lot of a lot of the strengths in your chart are going to come out really strongly this year. And this is 2018 is a time when you get a real strong sense of your purpose and why you're here and what you're going to do to contribute and give back. And so several opportunities to start new projects, to be really courageous, to stand up for yourself. and really make some significant changes in your life.
There you
That
go.
is so exciting.
How cool is that?
That is so cool.
Are you gonna? I feel like there's a book for you, or a children's book. Have you thought about writing children's book or something around books?
So I wrote one, and I'm also
did?
writing another one right now. Yeah, it was published last year or 2 years ago, and yeah, we're working on another one.
Oh, how awesome!
Yeah, that's so exciting.
That is very cool. It feels really. That's probably one of the projects
absolutely.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
definitely.
But
yeah.
this feels really good. One of the things, too, listen, I know this is going to sound, I mean, no, that wasn't going to come out the right way. Well, I was going to say, I know this is going to sound crazy coming for you, but I didn't mean it that way. But I feel like there's something about you offering parenting tips. That's why I said that wasn't going to sound right. But it's almost like people don't perceive you to have that kind of personality that you would offer it. But I almost feel like you should, because I feel like you have a way of doing this, of being able to find that love through these relationships. And I think it has a lot to offer other people as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, definitely keep that one in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any questions for us?
I mean, are you able to like tell me anything about like my kids, or is that you can't read that far if they're not like on here?
Well, I mean, I won't go too far, but we know that you've got a son, right? That's the Lux little dude there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is the other one a daughter? Is that right?
No.
Oh, it's also a son?
Yes. I have 3 sons.
Okay. Well.
Unfortunately, that usually means you're going to have a daughter.
Yeah.
I can't have any more kids right now.
I'm sorry about that.
I bet you, would you understand, because, picking up, would you understand that one of your sons is honestly kind of feminine or a very sensitive energy?
For sure, yeah.
It's almost like if I were to just kind of tune in him energetically, he would come across more feminine than male. Does that make sense? Like he's very clean. Like he feels like he doesn't like to be real dirty. He doesn't like to, especially with his hands. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's my oldest son through and through. I wouldn't say he's feminine,
but
I would say that he's very sensitive and he does not like to be dirty.
Yeah, he doesn't. Right. Okay.
Yeah, my Jordan was like that, and he's definitely not. He's like that too.
Yeah,
but definitely like very sensitive and like clean.
Yeah.
Yes, that is him.
Yeah.
Super sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the thing is I almost feel like you got to be careful. He's got really good hearing, so you have to be careful of what you say around him, just because I feel like he can overhear things and he may not understand the full context of what they're in, and he can get very emotional for something he's just even picking up for around him. And he also seems to be very sensitive to his surroundings. So even in school, it's almost like he doesn't like things too loud. I almost feel like he just gets super sensitive even with sound. Do you resonate with that?
Actually, I feel like that is more like my middle son.
Okay.
He doesn't like anything too loud.
Okay. I'm combining them all. I'm just going to pull them all in a pot.
I mean, it makes sense to one of them.
I do feel like your eldest son, he makes me feel like he's very creative, though. He makes me feel like I almost see him be a performer or a dancer or just something really in the arts somehow. I don't quite feel like I'm going to see him in construction. That's just the feeling I'm getting. Very, very sensitive, very intelligent, much more of the philosophical type.
Yes, that is definitely my oldest son.
Yeah, I think he likes to argue with you about the meaning of life.
At age 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything you want to...
Yeah, sure. So in an astrological chart, we look at the 5th house, which is the house of children, and we can tell a lot about your children by looking at that house. And one of the things that's really interesting about it is, just to kind of validate what you said, you have the planet Pisces, which is the planet of creativity, theater, music, art, and the planet Uranus, which is the planet of rebellion and sort of, kids who don't necessarily fit within the mainstream picture. So kids who have a more independent streak and kids who are very creative or very spiritual, very intuitive. And so that's definitely strongly represented in your chart. Also, you have just a natural ability to be a mother. You have the dwarf planet Ceres right there in your 5th house.
I love it.
And this is like the dwarf
It's
a
planet?
dwarf planet. She's Ceres. It's the goddess of fertility and mothering and nurturing.
It's a dwarf planet? I
yeah.
don't get it.
Well,
I'm definitely fertile.
They argue about whether or not it's a planet.
Yeah.
It's beyond Pluto.
Yeah. It's
After
so
Pluto.
it's
Oh,
not,
I see a small planet.
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
Not a planet covered with dwarfs.
Yes. it might be. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
The land of the Lilliputians.
The Lannister planet.
And that is Susan's astrological reading.
No, Ceres became Cersei's, and the dwarf became Dinklage, and boom, it's all Lannister.
I know. My mind. Don't listen to me. I'm sorry.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I would say too. I will say one thing is, I do pick up on this nurturing and this mothering quality of you, but I also want to share with you, like, don't be afraid to just kick back and play with them. Like, don't be afraid to like let your guard down a bit with them, and be willing to mess up a little bit. Like, I feel like you want to be so overprotective at times. You want to like protect them from everything, but I keep hearing like just kind of kick back with them as well, because I feel like that just means just as much to them as just having that as well. Like, don't worry, like they always feel very much loved by you.
Okay.
Can I follow on with that?
Oh
real
yeah,
quick?
please.
Because you remember I had that conversation with you too a couple months ago. Because I said, look, you're so careful to go. Look, I'm always available. I'm always here. We can always talk. I said, but they just want your presence. They just want you there. Remember that?
Right.
When
Yeah.
your
I
eldest
do remember
son,
that.
Your eldest son. He had one of the most poignant moments of the last season where he was like, "I just want you here," you know. And he showed you physically. He moved from your ex, from. I'm forgetting everybody's name from Joe to you and back, and he just showed you with the kind of closeness he wanted. It was very touching to me, and the same idea, just be there, just be there. So,
do you play any music, or do you like to sing or dance, or is music a part of your life?
I mean, I sing all the time. I'm not good at it, but it's like I love it.
That might be a way, because it's a gift that's really strongly represented in your chart.
Well, Isaac and I always sing together.
Oh, there you go.
Me and him know, like, our favorite music is the same. Our favorite songs are the same.
he might be the musical one.
Is that the middle one?
No, Isaac.
No, my oldest.
Yeah,
Oh, that's who I said though.
But you said dance or something. But I think it might be something more musical.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. I just saw him dancing around for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can move. He's got some moves.
He's funny.
He is funny. Well, he's very energetic.
So it's Isaac, Lux, and what's the name for the other one?
My middle one's Lincoln, but he likes to be called Marshall, which is his middle name.
Oh, really? When did that start? That's interesting.
He decided that a couple months ago. He just looked at me and he said, "Mom, I want to be called Marshall." And I said, "Okay."
How interesting.
Did somebody make fun of him at school for being Lincoln or something?
No, I think his dad goes by his middle name, and so I'm not sure if that's what it is, or if I know one of his favorite shows has one of the puppies is Marshall on Paw Patrol. So I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, and so you said you can't have more children. Is that what you said? You sure?
I
That was
had
she
a
better
hard
not.
time conceiving Lux. Like
Okay.
it was a difficult time there, but I mean, prior to then, I always thought I was able.
The daughter came back in. I wouldn't be surprised if a daughter comes along. So
Oh my gosh,
Or
that
a
would be
feminine
insane.
male.
You're
but
really
careful.
taking this mom thing all the way to the mat, Kailyn.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm gonna be a mom for both genders.
Yeah, just make sure you use contraception. We've proven that in the past.
But I will.
maybe like a stepchild or
It could
something.
be.
I don't know.
You really,
Well, that's
it could
interesting.
be, because I actually was gonna say that if it wasn't a biological child, that you may end up with a partner who has a daughter.
Okay.
But it's still there. So yeah. So I just got to kind of honor that, right?
With any luck, she'll be 25 and she'll have a job.
Keep that too.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Kailyn, how old are you now?
25.
Yeah, 25.
Oh, look at this! We got some prime baby making years ahead of you.
I don't know.
You can build your own little tribe.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? I still have a solid 10 years to make that decision, I guess.
You've got, I would say 15. I'm telling you.
Okay.
People 40, they're cranking them out all the time.
Some are go that way.
That's true.
But
Drew and I could only handle 3.
yeah, my God.
Yeah.
Poor Kailyn.
College.
You can,
Yeah, think about
I have
college
3.
expense.
yeah.
Well, it gets so expensive. I mean,
kidding.
I'm thinking about like cell phones and cars and college.
It's
and
unbelievable.
Sports already is so expensive. So I don't know how I'm gonna how I would juggle anymore.
Mine are your age. They don't have a job like you, okay? And I have to pay for everything. So that's why I'm doing podcasts, so I can afford to put my kids through graduate school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It is what it
Or
is.
I'm taking all the credit here, but
But you know, you're doing podcasts because we need to put our kids through graduate school. That's good.
I'm trying.
Tell them to have their own podcast. The triplets should have a podcast.
Oh my God. Produced by Kail and Lowry.
Produced by me.
There you go.
Yeah, Kailyn has her own podcast, and
I do.
It has something in common with you, Colby. Can you guess what that is?
Oh, my goodness.
Something about New Jersey?
Oh, I love, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from South Jersey. South Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not, Isaac's dad is from like Newark area.
Yeah, a little bit north of me. That's about an hour north. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
how do you guys feel about taking some callers and keeping Kailyn on the line? Would that be okay?
Yeah, well, do you want to hang with us, Kailyn?
I'll hang.
Yeah? All right, awesome.
Well, maybe we can get some callers. I have a whole bunch of them sitting here, and they're, I'm sure they're really excited to talk to all of us. So, I guess let me see here. Let's start with.
Oh my God, you got a ton of calls up there.
I know.
Just pick a number.
Colby, do you feel one?
31 480.
Number 31. Call
Yep. Hey, 480.
Hey, Sarah. This is
Hi.
Susan. How are
Hi.
you? Thank you.
I can't believe I'm on. This is amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you have a question for us? Or Kailyn?
So the reason I called in today, I called in for both shows, is it's the 11th anniversary of my father's death. So I just wanted to see if anything's coming through.
How about, let me just see, because like I said, I always say it's not like a telephone call, unfortunately, but let me just let me see if I can get some information and see if it resonates, and then we'll go from there. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Okay. When I get a feeling, would you understand, it feels like Dad has a quick passing, but there's almost a notice before the passing. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And then it gives me this feeling where I feel like Dad's not able to speak at the end, or you're not able to communicate with him. Does that make sense as well? Like I can't hear the communication.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then I get the feeling where he's he's talking. Well, I said it wasn't like a telephone call, but he's talking so quickly. I got to ask him to slow down. He's like, "Yes, it is, and I'm right here." And let her know. There's
That's so cute.
There's a couple things. He gives me the feeling that his name passed down. Did you incorporate his name somehow? Following through his name, he's saying his name repeats itself. So do you understand that?
Not yet.
Who else has Dad's name or anticipation of using Dad's name?
I think because not all of my siblings have had children yet, there's still a possibility of that.
Okay.
Because I had a child right after he passed.
Yes, thank you. Okay, hang on.
Passed, I apologize.
Okay, Sarah, hang on 1 second. So that's what what I'm feeling is he's talking about this child. He's talking about this, but he's also acknowledging this child, because I feel like he's saying the child, I passed on. Like I passed on, so I feel like it would have been, he's acknowledging knowing this child, okay? Do you also, do you know what, go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had my baby after. I had my baby 3 weeks before he passed.
Okay, but he's also letting us know that he knows about. He's been watching this baby. Do you know a Jack, or is there a J name that you can connect to in the living?
There are plenty of. There are J names. We have a Jack, and we have plenty of J names. Okay. All my brothers are J names. My own husband is a J name.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's because he was bringing forward that. There's also. Would you he's also letting me know that he gives me this feeling of there's something with his throat. Do you understand his throat, or what happened? What happened with his throat? Can I ask, Sarah?
What's happening with Kaylyn's baby's throat? That's what I want to know.
He had a lot of tubes in his throat.
Yeah,
so
okay.
At the end,
yeah, okay.
we weren't able to speak to him.
Yeah, he's giving me this feeling where he's giving me this feeling though he was communicating. So I feel like he was using his eyes, or he's letting us know that he could hear, and you would see his eyes move. Like I feel like he was trying to let people know. You understand that? Like these eyes moving, because I feel like he's.
Yeah, I've got my sister here, and she's saying yes.
I love your sister. Tell your sister to speak up. Tell your sister to dive on in here. Yes, I want to hear. Yes, we love that. Because and I do, and I do get this feeling. Dad is he's. Do you wear? I don't know if this is a cross, but do you wear a necklace from Dad, or do you wear something that symbolizes Dad? Can I ask?
Her connection's terrible.
I'm trying to think if I have something.
Okay, try to find a room where your connection will be a little stronger, because you're cutting in and out. Run.
Kaylyn's moving around.
I'll undo that. I apologize.
Yeah,
you have better.
Yeah, but no, this it's going to be too hard, I think, for all the noise. Can you try it again?
Is it better now?
Oh, that's really good. There you go.
Yeah, don't move either.
There you go. Stay right there. Now, do you understand a significance to a necklace? Someone's wearing a necklace that reminds them of Dad, or in honor of Dad?
I'll have to ask. There's like 7 of us, so some probably is.
Okay. All right. And there's also a feather. So, I mean, I know I'm always bringing up those signs and symbols, but he shows me this feather being significant. Aww. And he also, and there's also a connection to, I think a string of you got the tattoos, or there's definitely, I see a string of tattoos. So either one of your family members has got a lot of tattoos, or there's a connection to a tattoo. So I feel like Dad he's giving me this feeling of keeping the family together. Like that's the strong feeling I'm getting, is keeping everybody together. Are you there?
Okay. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. How does that resonate? Do
you understand that?
The tattoos don't resonate.
The which one?
The tattoos, she said.
But it could be someone, maybe an extended family, not myself, not anyone that I know of, unless someone's got a tattoo on their lower back they don't want to talk about.
It'd be a little odd to have your dad
Kailyn,
on the back.
Kailyn, do you have a tattoo in the middle of your back?
She's
oh, maybe it's me.
Do you? Oh, you have the tattoo?
She has them all over the place.
Yeah,
they're everywhere. Yeah,
I kept seeing all these tattoos. So.
Okay,
it's probably me interfering with it.
Yep, probably. Yep. Okay.
Get off the line.
So your line's really breaking up. So we're gonna let you go, and then we're gonna take another caller. But
I'll just finish with the message though. I just want to let you know that Dad, he lets you know, like he lets me know that he's around. Like I feel like he's even in that space with you right now. You can almost feel him, and I feel like it's like hold each other's hands, and it will help strengthen that feeling of knowing that he's around you, because I do feel like he's giving love to you and your sister, but even to the rest of the siblings. But he's letting you know that he's okay. He's letting everybody know that he is with them, and not to be afraid to kind of use your own voice. Don't be afraid to use your own voice and speak up. Okay.
Okay, and can you tell us if he's with anyone?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of people with him. I'm not tuning into except for he's got. Yeah, I mean there is, but I'm not gonna just for the sake of time, because we got to take other callers. Okay. I would have to create a whole nother link. The answer to that was a very strong yes. It's letting you know that there's a strong yes, but it's almost like. I'd have to create a whole nother link in order to do that. And I just think time-wise, I wouldn't really be able to do it justice for you. But the answer is yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Thank you.
That's great. So what was a tattoo connection?
Oh,
Kailyn?
yeah. So, Kailyn, do you got a bunch of tattoos or tattoos that got names on them around you, too?
Did we
Well,
lose
hang
her?
on, Kailyn.
Oh, now
her.
we
Hold
lost
on.
Kailyn, too.
Kailyn, hold on.
There
Hold
she
on.
is. Wait, she's
Hold on.
she
Kailyn,
was
hold on.
wandering around the house. I was
Oh,
watching
there you
her. It was
go.
pretty fun.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
now
we got
we
you.
can.
Sorry, I had to change a diaper.
Oh, well, I'm
Sorry, moving around.
I'm glad you left to do that. Thank
I
you.
wish you guys could see the TV screen was turning upside down. There
Oh,
was
okay.
pee
I'm so
flying in
sorry.
the air and just everything.
I was fearful that ceiling fan was going to take her head off.
I'm so sorry, mom life.
That's funny.
But yes, I do have tattoos. I have my kids' names on.
there we go.
And yeah.
Thanks. I was like, I see all these names written.
When she said she didn't
Oh, yeah.
recognize the tattoos, we all looked at each other and we're like, nope, not in this room. And then I thought, oh, maybe.
Yeah, I just saw all these names, so that's kind of cool. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's great. So let's take number 24.
All right, here we go. So what area code? 949?
Yes. Hello, Jen. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi. Can you go off
I'm here.
speakerphone and come on the show?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying to get in a quiet place.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is Susan, and Psychic Rebel Colby's here, and also we have Rachel Lang, and she can maybe take your birthday.
Yeah, that would be great.
And what's your birthday?
Yeah. October 4th, 1977.
Oh,
Yay, Libra. Do you know what time you were born?
Yay. I don't know. I think I was born like in the mid-afternoon.
I was going to say 3 o'clock.
I was
Isn't
thinking
that
3.
funny? I was
Actually-
like, oh, she's born at 3. We'll
That's
we'll
so
tell you
funny.
when you were born.
I actually just wrote down 3 before you even said like 3. Around 3:15 is what I felt. I was feeling.
That's so funny.
That's great. And in California, were you born in California?
Yes, I was.
Yay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, while Rachel brings that up, do you have any questions, psychic questions, or anything that we can answer for you?
I do. Well, I just want to preface this with just saying that I love you guys, and I listen to the This Life podcast, and I'm a therapist, so that is a new therapist working in substance abuse.
good.
Good luck, Jen.
And I just learned
You
so
live,
much
baby.
from Dr. Drew and Bob Forrest. So I just want to thank you guys for that.
Fantastic. I appreciate your hard work, man. This hang in there. Stay in the trenches.
Thank you. Yeah.
No,
it's rough, but
I know.
I love it.
I just say get a good team around you. That's the key.
Yes, absolutely. So I was just calling in originally just to kind of get some, I guess, psychic insight about my current relationship that I'm in.
Okay, Colby wrote something down. She's just threw it.
I wrote your name, and so when I asked, do you have any questions, I wrote down boy relationship. So I.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
she's psychically
so
getting her question
just-
before you
That's
say
what
it.
she wrote.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. So
And
that's why-
I was looking right at your Pluto Pluto opposed Mars transit and going, wow.
Okay,
So
Well, do you want me to dive in, or you want to go first?
No, go for it.
Okay, so a couple things. Listen, I feel like is your phone? Are you getting messages on your phone?
Right now,
Yeah.
maybe that's mine.
I don't
is that
think
you?
so. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
I
No,
just
it's not.
okay.
It's
Sorry,
it's a
my
ghost.
bionic hearing. Don't listen.
I don't know what that was.
Jen, listen. I get this feeling around this relationship. It's hard for you. What's happening is I feel like you're questioning the person's intentions. You're questioning your own feelings. Like I almost feel like you're a little confused at the moment. Do you understand that part of it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What I want you to do is, I do feel like some of this is stuff you're bringing to this relationship. I'm not putting it all on you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right.
Okay. So
That's what we do.
I keep feeling like there's a sense like, will you just give this guy a chance? So, because I don't feel like he's up to everything that you're trying to think he is, and I get the feeling that he is more sincere, and that there is something here that you can grow upon if you just kind of get out of your own way a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Oh,
not
that's what I
perfect,
needed
is
to
what you're
hear.
saying.
Oh, good. Rachel, what do you got for her?
So I would say that with that consideration, this year and next year, it's going to be even more confusing for you. You might be inclined to be really critical or to try to pick fights or be triggered really easily, but it's all past stuff that's coming up for you, and he's doing something perhaps that's triggering all of that old stuff. And specifically like emotions of anger, any kind of disappointments, if you're feeling like you're just stuck or you want a little bit more freedom, it's important to stay in it until you do all of your work, do your piece of it. Don't just walk away because you're going to repeat the same pattern. The transits that you have going on are going on for about 2 years, and it's a time of real deep personal growth within relationships. So anything that you're going into, it's you're going to run into the same issues.
Let me just say, if you're working with drug addicts and you're having interpersonal patterning, sort of trauma recurrence, whatever it might be, interpersonal psychotherapy could really be helpful because that's all the work you're going to be doing with those patients, right?
Yes. Yeah.
They
I
will.
agree.
They will.
I've been putting off going.
Yeah, it took me a while before I got there, but when I did, it really helped me help drug addicts, and because that disease will pull on everything and get its hands on, including whatever we bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just going to say, just in the industry that you're in, you got to remember, you, Dr. Drew, anyone who is doing this, you're a natural empath. I mean, that's part of the gig. That's part of what it is. So you naturally can feel other people's feelings, emotions, and then you become like a sponge and you pick them up. So if they're negative or anything like that, you're going to pick that up. So you got to really practice your self-care too, Jen. Like, I really want you to put some effort into keeping yourself healthy, your mind, your body, your spirit. Really work on cleansing that, and like he was saying, the therapy for yourself. Just because if you're not healthy, how are you going to provide valuable insight to others to help them create a healthy life?
One thing I would add about that is you have a lot of influences in your chart that suggest that you put other people first. Yeah. And that there can perhaps be some codependency or things like that you face on a regular basis. This is a Libra problem, actually, or something that Libras often deal with because we're so other focused, and so this is a good time to pull back and be a little bit selfish in your self care, and try to break any of those habits.
But that other focus, while it's a liability in the codependency, will really work for you if you can master it. Yeah. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. I have the same proclivity.
I do.
Well, there you go. Aren't you glad you called in, Jen?
Yeah. That was great.
What's that?
Aren't you glad you called in?
Oh, my gosh. You guys have no idea. I'm so grateful.
Sorry it's such a short reading. We wish we could go longer.
I'm so glad that you guys picked my number.
Yay! I don't know why. I just love that 949 area code. I have a question for Kailyn.
Thank you.
Also,
bye, Jen.
I know that
Bye-bye.
you just. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, let's let her say goodbye.
Goodbye. No, she was awesome. But
is that Lux or Lincoln? Marshall.
Marshall, no, they're both here, but this is Lux.
Okay,
so
so
cute.
I have a question for Kailyn. You just went back to school and graduated, which I know. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you had a baby. It's incredible what you're doing. What was your degree?
A bachelor in communications.
Oh, okay. Because for some reason I felt like she was going to do nursing or something.
Oh, well, she talked about that at one point.
I did talk about that. I also talked about doing something with addiction and stuff like that because of my mom. But I guess I never really knew which way to go. And I'm already in TV, so I figured communications was right up my alley.
There's a good chance you'll stay in
And are they doing a spinoff with you? Or can you talk about it?
So I wouldn't call it a spinoff, but there's something in the works right now that we're doing. We haven't announced it yet, and I'm just excited about it. I would love to do my own spinoff. I already have a name for it, but I'm still working on them a little bit for that.
And is Morgan, those guys working with you, or is it somebody else? Or
I'm doing it on my own.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so great. Do you think we have time for one more caller?
Yeah, we definitely do.
I'm going to let you pick. You want to pick one?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do it psychically.
Okay. I got Kailyn. Not that I want to invite myself on your podcast, but I want to invite myself on your podcast.
I literally was going to ask you that because I just texted my co-host and I was like, "We need her."
Yeah, I just feel like we could have some coffee and do a little podcast.
Well, tell them the name of your podcast.
My name of the podcast is Coffee Combos. That's perfect.
Mine is Coffee with Colby.
Yeah. See?
That's so funny.
I told you have something in common, so you're gonna have to.
That will be fun. We have to do that.
Bring your
we're gonna do that for
coffee
sure.
moments together. Every morning I look at Colby with her cup of coffee in her hand. She does it every day on Facebook, on her Facebook.com/.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Colby Rebel, right?
Colby Rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
got it.
Yeah.
And you can get some words of wisdom every morning. I see her every day.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's try to. We got a few minutes, so we'll get in one more caller here.
What number are you gonna pick?
Let us do. Let us do 28361. Hey, 361. This is Susan and Colby and Dr. Drew and Rachel. Who is this?
Felicia.
This is Felicia.
Hey, Felicia. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
We're fantastic. We're fantastic. Do you have a question for us this afternoon?
I'm going to give Rachel her birth date really quick. It's 12/13/1972.
Okay. And do we know what time?
Felicia, what time
I do not know what time.
And it was in Texas.
7.
Victoria,
I
Texas.
bet you it's 7. Do you know if you're a night baby?
I think so.
All right. Well,
All
7
right.
feels good. Let's make her born at 7.
Okay.
Hey, Felicia, do you mind if I dive in? Do you want a psychic reading? Is that right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Anything I'll have.
All right, I'm gonna start with a feeling. I feel like, am I right that there's a lot of struggle in relationship or love life or something? It just feels like there's a bit of a struggle at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess there is a struggle. I mean, there's no one in my love life.
Okay. And then
I was hurt.
Yeah, try to find a better location. Your calls coming in and out. I don't know why the calls are. It is Mercury retrograde. But man, the technology today has been terrible.
I know.
It is Mercury retrograde, not your fault. I just keep feeling like I just feel like there's an empty space going on right now with relationship. I just feel like you're still not done healing is what I'm hearing. And I almost want to encourage you not to dive into something new quite yet until you've sorted out the past feelings, because you're still angry about this past. Does that make sense? You're still impacted by it.
Somewhat.
Well, somewhat. I'm going to get tough on you, Felicia. I need you to be open and honest, and otherwise it's just going to be a real struggle. You're single at the moment, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so quicker. We're going to do this quick. We got 1 minute. That's why we're trying to hurry up, okay? So you understand, I know you're single. I know you had a past relationship that feels like it ended not good at all. Like it feels like it feels like either that was a marriage or someone you thought you were going to marry, but it feels like it ended really terribly. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Do you also understand that you're wanting someone new? You're ready for that love, but yet you almost can't really find peace completely with this past relationship. I just feel like it still hits you.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, thank you. I want to encourage you because I don't feel like you're going to be single forever, because I feel like in 18 you are going to bring someone in. I just want to encourage you, like even that last is to keep that heart open, because I feel like there could be a little bit of it still feels like a little bit of a rigidness, like you want them to prove themselves to you. And I feel like I need you to be a little open to bring this person in. I just feel like, because I feel like you will bring this person in. I feel like you will be in a relationship. But Rachel, look at her chart and see what you get on that end of it.
Any Circes and dwarfs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So some dwarfs coming in. No, actually there's so in the fall of 2018, there's a significant relationship transit. that I could see that being an opening for you to draw someone into your life. But it's like you have to let go, relax, trust. Trust is a big thing that I keep hearing. And it's trust not just with relationships and not just that things are going to work out there, but it's also trust that finances are going to work out. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Has there been some financial stress lately?
Well, yes, I just lost my job last Monday.
So,
and
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't know what to do.
Go ahead.
I feel like you know, I know that feels, but I almost feel like this is a good thing for you. This is a chance for you to start over. Like, I really feel like you're coming into a new year. You're quite capable in what you do. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to kind of show that you're strong and resilient and to turn a new leaf, because I really feel like, to me, 18 doesn't feel like this massive struggle for you. I actually feel like 17 was a struggle.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like, you know, this job, you didn't even like this job. So it's a good thing you're not in it. Because
yeah, 2018 is a lot about new beginnings, starting over. So
yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good, I feel like this is what we call a blessing in disguise for you.
Yeah.
So,
hope that helps.
I feel like
you what, honey?
Oh boy.
I said I feel at peace.
Yeah, this is a, believe it or not, I think this is a good thing for you, and I just feel like it's creating a lot more flexibility for you, so that it frees up some time. You get that job that you're going to enjoy a bit more, and I feel like you're going to pull in this relationship connected to this new job. Yay!
Okay.
Wow. What about my health-wise?
Well, we just have a minute left. I mean, do you see anything? I'm not a doctor and I don't diagnose. I do just feel like, if anything, there definitely feels to be cleaning out impurities is what I want to say. So I don't know if you've been thinking about a cleanse or thinking about.
Don't drink too much.
I just feel like I'm hearing a clean out impurities.
Okay.
Do you take anything that's like not healthy for the body? Can I ask? I know that you gotta kind of out yourself, but
don't we all?
I guess because
could you what?
I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, so definitely think about make it a goal to kind of let that go. Make it a goal to really clean, because I feel like that when I go to health, that's the one thing that concerns me is the substances. Okay,
we're so glad you called in, Felicia. We hope this was helpful. Sorry we have to rush you off, but Colby's got a heart out at 4 o'clock. and
it's about the end.
Yeah, but I want to thank you for calling in and listening on the phone, and everybody who's in the queue. We really appreciate you calling in. It makes me very happy. But we will be doing this again next week, and I want to shout out to Jason Purdy, who wants to say hi. Hi, Jason. He's my biggest fan, and also the fact that Kailyn took time out of her busy day is just absolutely amazing, with all those kids and hopefully more coming if that's what she wants. But
that's not what she wants.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
What she wants is Colby on her podcast. That's what she wants.
Right, that is true.
Yeah, we'll get when does your podcast air? And what else do you have to plug? We haven't really talked about. I didn't really have a chance. I know you're juggling kids, and it's kind of hard to get me all this information. But you have the podcast, which is
I have the podcast, and that's Coffee Combos. It's it airs every Thursday.
Okay.
And I just have my books that I've done.
Yeah, so go to her website and check out. You just have to Google Kail Lowry, and it'll all pop up. She's out there, and she's so gracious and such a great mom. And I'm, thank you. It's amazing how you handle all these children. I remember being there. It's a lot of work. So
it's a lot of work, but it's also the most rewarding thing ever. So I'm so blessed.
That's great. I'm so glad.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
And thanks for hanging out with our callers. It's always fun to watch Colby work. She's just impressive,
Yeah,
and also
thanks for Rachel too.
Oh, thank you.
Rachel.
Awesome.
This was such a nice thing.
We needed 1 minute for her to go over Dr. Drew.
Absolutely.
1 minute. All right.
Kail can go. Kail can go.
All right. Bye, Kailyn. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Poor Rachel spent all this work on.
Yeah, 1 minute.
I did. I know. You've got some exciting things.
We have time. We have about 5 minutes. We'll let Drew get it. He's got to get the last word.
All right. So last year was a really big shift for you. It was what we call a Saturn return, which is it happens every 29 years.
Ugh,
and it's
did
like
it ever.
And yours is coming up. So. But it's a time when your life focus changes and you start really getting serious about taking your work in a new direction and doing things to improve your health and freedom becomes really important, like freedom from any kind of restricting contracts or partnerships or anything like that. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Also, you've been going through the last 2 years specifically, a time when you're tapping more into your own intuition and into your own creative process. And this is going to continue to be a very big theme this year. It's really important, and there might be little tests that come up where you start questioning yourself or you're questioning the motives of other people in your life, and you're like, I don't know if I can trust that person. You have to go back. It's like the universe is giving you these gifts to help you really access your own intuition and connect.
I hear two different things:
Yeah.
trusting people and trusting
Trust
creative.
Yourself.
Just constantly trust myself.
Yeah. Because there can be some situations where you could be confused by things that other people are saying, or actions that they're doing. And if you feel anything off, like you feel like someone's not being honest with you or someone's not being direct or authentic, then it's really important to trust your own self and not to talk yourself out of it.
Got it.
It's a Neptune transit. Neptune is the planet that opens us all up spiritually, and it can make us question. It can make us sort of see illusions or want to see the very best in people. But if there's a sense that there's something amiss, there is, and you have to pay attention to that.
So when you were talking about these 29
Saturn
year
return,
yeah, when he's creating all these new shows and he's trying to be more artistic, I would say, right?
Creative.
Yeah, creative. Is that part of that, or is it more?
Absolutely, it's a huge part of that. This is a time. So this year coming up. It's interesting because what's happening is Saturn. So last year was probably the inception, like the birth, if you will, or the seeds of all these ideas. Next year is actually when some of those will reach a culminating point and really bring you into the spotlight in a very significant way.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, or hoping. Anyways, But the thing I see about Drew is that he has all these ideas and he just goes in many directions. And then when things they used to happen so differently, like when he started in this career, because nowadays there are so many people, the industry is just absorbed with ideas. How is it there's sort of like a lack of patience that happens at a certain point where you're like, well, maybe this isn't going to work out. I always think that you should just keep going steady and
absolutely
stay on top of it, but it just doesn't. I don't know, how does the not believing your intuition and
Great question. So first of all, I want to say with any kind of Saturn transit, which I'm looking at right now, there is a need to stick with it and to keep going and to push through.
Well, let me just say, I start a bunch. I feel like I'm throwing shit at the wall. Throwing shit at the wall until I look like I'm looking at a Jackson Pollock painting.
I feel like you gotta tailor in.
Well, but what she's picking up on is, I do that intentionally with the intention that stuff's going to slide off, and then they'll be able to see what really is there.
But it gets frustrating. Too,
not to me.
Oh well.
To you.
You seem like sometimes you're just like, I'm tired of doing, I'm not going to do this anymore. I mean, I know
that's part of that. Get rid
you
of
get
that
tired.
One.
But what is
you get tired.
Now the intuition and the trusting thing, does it have to do with that, or does it? I mean, because he works in Hollywood. So.
Yeah. That's so the intuition and the trusting yourself, that actually is more through relationships and people and partnerships.
Oh, okay.
Not well. There's I would say any kind of really significant business partnership or collaboration needs just pay attention, just really.
Should we be investing money in a product this year? Does it have anything to do with that? That's what I'm thinking.
If is it your product?
Mm.
Okay. You're not in a partnership with somebody else?
I have somebody helping me, and I just yesterday morning thought to myself, "Oh, I can really trust this guy."
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
then it's listening to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for you to listen to that and then to pursue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually felt gratitude.
Yeah.
Great.
That this was
You know, it's
something I-
interesting. Have you ever thought about helping with some sort of supplement or some sort of something that's going to help the
Yes.
mind or the body?
Yes.
Because I feel like you should do that.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Are you?
It's a very dicey space, and so I want to really have something.
Yeah.
You know.
And my intuition is no.
Wait, so
My feeling
Let's look
is
at your chart.
something that will help the cognitive function, something that will help the focus, and create some sense of balance. And I just feel like it feels like it would do really, really well.
Okay,
but
good.
it feels like it's super high end product. Like you're not gonna cheapo on the ingredients. Like
No.
this has got to be stellar. Blah blah blah
no,
blah
that's
blah.
it has to be something that really is worthwhile.
That
But
he
I feel-
uses.
And then,
that he,
okay,
Yeah,
I
what
know,
do you
but
think?
this is going to be so crazy. And
Go.
then I feel like it goes to bars, like so people can eat these bars.
Yeah.
I feel like, and then I wonder, it's not coconut, but it's like a fuel for the body. So
Fuel.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm in the MCTs. Well, we'll see. I'll keep
Okay.
an eye on that.
Yeah.
I'm still in the sort of working the gut and gut flora.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that may help cognition.
Okay.
and immunity.
Okay.
They finally found a cure to gas.
But
After
it's-
30 years
well,
of knowing this man,
All right.
he's finally found a cure.
But the point is, they've all this literature, all this conversation about it,
Yeah.
but no one's really leading that. So I feel like, well, it's an opportunity
It's a
there.
good time for you to do something independent, and it's a good time for you to be creating a product or something that's yours that you're bringing.
Should I be involved with it or no?
You have
Yeah,
your
of course
own
you
things
should.
going
Here's what
on.
we're
Let's
gonna
hear
do.
it.
Here's what
Wait,
we're gonna
let's hear
do.
your thing first
We're
before you
gonna
answer.
end the show. We're gonna take a picture with Colby, and then you're gonna read me after
Oh,
everybody leaves, just because we're out of town, and I don't want to make Colby
Okay, but
late.
very quick, is there
Well,
anything else interesting you wanted to put on my thing? Because you seem very interested in
I'm
what
gonna
you
let her-
discovered there.
I'm gonna
Rachel's
let her
like, holy.
finish after, because I feel bad for Colby.
No, no,
I'm
but
gonna make her late.
just finish with me. Or Colby can just leave. She can just go.
No, we need
No,
to take a
forget
photo.
No.
forget that it's my I was producing the
Okay,
episode
right,
and
right,
I
right,
asked
right.
her to
No,
be
we're
on.
Right,
supposed
okay,
to
fair
hit a
enough.
hard
Fair
out
enough.
at 4 o'clock, but Drew and I can continue with you
Perfect.
afterwards. I'm sure this is really exciting to the audience anyways, but I wanted to, I mean, listen, I don't always come on here for reading. It's always nice because I meet you and I can always talk to you afterwards, but I want to thank Colby for her amazing work and bringing you today, because this is all a new experience, and Kailyn is a teen mom, by the way, just in case nobody knows.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so
She was teen mom too.
yes, she's
Mom
in a
too.
different, and it's
And so I do those reunions where I interview them. I host a reunion every 6 months with them. And I think we just did theirs. Yeah, we just did theirs.
yes,
And we got the OG one coming up.
Oh, cool.
yeah. And there's a lot of chaos going in that one, but I just want to thank any of the teen moms who've come on the show. That it's really sweet that they open up their life, and the psychic reading thing. We'll have more hopefully in the future, and we'll have Colby back, and we'll have Rachel back, and Drew is the expert because he knows everything about them inside and out. So, but thanks again, everybody. Go to iTunes, subscribe. If you want to find Rachel, you can find her at RachelCLang.com. She's got a C on her. She's on her internet, but she's Rachel Lang when you meet her, and then also at Rachel C. Lang on Twitter. If you want to get a reading, an intuitive astrological reading, if I can say that, go to her website and sign up, because obviously she's quite good at what she does. And Psychic Rebel Colby, or Colby Rebel, who she is now, if you just put in Colby Rebel Psychic Medium, she will come up. She's everywhere and always available, and has a show here every Thursday on UBM.
I do.
So
I do.
thanks again. I didn't mean
All
to
right.
but I feel bad because I don't want to make you late, and I
Right.
appreciate the Jarvis for coming in today and running the board, and Tony for opening up the slot for me, and all the callers that called in, and we look forward to more. We'll talk to you soon.
All
Can I
right.
be
Bye, everybody.
honest for a minute? There was a time when I could barely find the strength. Another but silence, I'll admit it. Too busy following, not finding my own way. Got lost in the crowd. They drown me out. All the voices drown me out. Won't drown me out. Turn me up, volume. Turn me